Well, what do you think of this fish? Is it a keeper or not? We're talking about Willie Walleye, and I'm in Baudette, Minnesota to do a little bit of walleye fishing here on Lake of the Woods. Glad you could join me.
Coming up on today's show, Bob's ice fishing on famous Lake of the Woods with his brother Wayne. Lake of the Woods holds some of the best fishing year-round, and today, walleye, perch, and sauger are on the menu. The weather gets a little rough during the two-day trip, but the boys are well-equipped to battle the cold. As you'll soon see, their hard work eventually pays off with some big fish. Stay tuned for some great fishing and possibly a slight mental breakdown for Wayne.
Here comes, whoa!
Oh, where are you?
Oh, man! Oh, yeah.
You gotta love it.
Where are you on?
All right. Oh, man!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, oh, man. Way to size that one. Oh, there you got it.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. That is a monster.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Nice one. Whoa. Woo-wee. That was pretty cool. Good stuff. Look at this baby.
Biggest pike ever.
All right. There it is. Oh, yeah. Good one. Whoa. Here he comes. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. This is what Open Fish is all about, right? 16 pounds. Look at there.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Chevrolet, Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Hey, folks, that's what I call real fishing. Today we're in the walleye capital of the world, Baudette, Minnesota. I'm down here at Wigwam Resort on Lake of the Woods with my brother Wayne to do a little hard water fishing. We got down here last night and met up with the guys from Snow Bear and HT Enterprises and tried to get in a quick fish before the sun went down. Mr. Walleye. The next day we got all packed up and headed out to start day one of this two-day trip. All right. Oh, that's a bad perch.
All right.
Oh, man.
My first Lake of the Woods perch.
Look at the size of that perch. That's huge.
There's Will's dinner.
No kidding, that's a meal.
What is it, about 7 in the morning? You always have to ball top power weightlifter. There's my dream vehicle.
Right.
Chevy, that Chevy van keeps going back and forth.
Well, that's quite the conversion, kid. I guess they drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was frozen. That is quite the rig. Apparently, Wigwam has 2 of those for transporting people out. You know, we're quite a run out here, so you start coming out here 20 miles out, you want to be...
That'll be a luxurious ride in that Chevy.
Well, I think he's backing up right now to tow that ice hut. So.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to run it over, one or the other.
Nice.
All right.
The height of fashion. Got the gloves. Got the coat.
We got to capture this, Wayne, actually doing some work.
Got the drill. Perfectly color coordinated. What more do you want, Larry? Where's that Coke?
I think he's winded. There's a lot of work for him. You just witnessed some of the most work I've seen him do in the last 20, 25 years. He drilled 2 holes. All right, just enjoying the sandwich.
Up next on Real Fishing.
Ah, just a monster perch that I can hardly lift up.
Whoa, look at the fatty on that one.
Is that a big perch or what?
Wow, look at that belly.
Closed captioning is brought to you by FMCC and MotorExam.com.
check out the old Wigwam lunch here. See what they packed up. Because they got a bag of chips here. You don't need that, right? I'll keep that.
Perfect.
Yeah, what
What you got here?
Glad I got your attention.
All right. Folks at Wigwam know how to look after you. All right. Just enjoying the sandwich.
What is this, perch?
Look at it coming up on the depth finder. You
Yeah.
can see it coming up.
I'm 30.7 feet. Don't knock over my chocolate pudding. Be careful.
Ah, just a monster perch that I can hardly lift up.
Whoa, look at the fatty on that one.
Is that a big perch or what?
Wow, look at the belly on it.
Look at that thing.
Very light colored too, eh?
That's a monster.
Wow.
Put my glasses by my chocolate pudding from Wigwam. That is a big perch. Look at that. Using a max cap jig. I got the rattle on the jig here. I just threaded a minnow on there. So Lindy max cap jig. And that is, there's a meal there.
You can't release that either, Bob. Look at that. The stomach's coming right out. Eh?
Yeah, well, we're
It's
gonna
so deep.
have a fish fry tonight at the lodge down in Minnesota. So life is good.
All right.
This is toughness.
Here comes your neighbor, Bob. Mark Alford. Mark Alford, show and tell.
Tell him to go away. I'm sleeping.
See that jig going in? There it is on the screen. Right at 30 feet, is that? In the bottom. Wow. Just you move the rod tip a little tiny bit, and bang, there goes the lens down, up.
You see it there? Bring it way up if I want. Then jig it down. Bring it up. Now slow it down again. That's too aggressive, I feel, for walleyes. I think what you got to do, yeah, you got to work that sort of bottom 6 inches, really. I think even over a foot is too aggressive.
Oh, it's Nanook from the north. Mark Alford. Can you get a few more RPMs on that perch there, Mark? Yeah, load up on Bob. He's there. Yes.
Aha. Feels like another perch. Feels like a perch. Come on up. I just changed up to real light line, weighing 2 pound trilene.
Yeah.
Nice, very light HT rod here. And nice little 750 Sahara reel, small reel. I love those 750s.
You want to see on your transducer?
And what do we got here? Little wally.
Oh, yeah. No, sauger.
Sauger?
Yeah, see the
Oh yeah,
spots
right
on the dorsal?
And I just put this little Lindy fat boy jig, and look at how that's lip
Wow,
hooked.
that's just barely hooked.
Well, you know what? Saugers are good eating, and that's actually an eating size sauger because they don't get that big, do they? What do you think?
I don't know. Are you going on a diet? I think you should let it go.
No, I think that's actually an eating size sauger because we have to get some food for supper tonight.
Uh-oh.
Wigwam are cooking us up fish, and that's all right. The perch I caught in the sauger would be perfect for me with some wild rice.
Let's take this guy out a bit here. Well, maybe it won't happen. Whoops, gone.
Hey, give us that minnow back. Okay, we're talking ultralight. Well, we're get down there again. Alrighty. Hey, folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real Lake of the Woods fishing after this.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. For winter anglers, locating fish is only half the battle. Armed with electronics, you know they're down there, but seeing doesn't always mean catching. Problem is, fish are cold-blooded. Their metabolisms slow down when temperatures hover near zero. They don't burn much energy, and therefore feed very little or not at all. The only exceptions being true cold water species. In our experience, it's best to cut back on the size of bait when ice fishing. We've invested a great deal of time to filming under the ice, and big targets were, at best, sampled. More often, they were flatly refused. There's no doubt winter fish prefer a light snack as opposed to a big meal. Armed with the right stuff, we found that presentation is equally important. Although there are exceptions, most winter fish don't respond to a heavy hand. A bait with too much action just isn't worth the effort. Executed properly, a constant and gentle up and down motion really draws their interest and offers an easy target. It's more bouncing than jigging, and it takes a bit of practice. As you can see, even the most lethargic fish on the planet can't resist that hypnotic pulsing motion. Swedish ice anglers lay claim to this method, known as trumming. One thing's for sure, if you get it just right, you'll ice a lot more fish. Coming up next.
Here we go, I got one too.
Oh, double header.
Now this one's going to grow up and be a big guy. But see, through the magic of video, that fish is very big.
Look at the lunker.
Well, here we are at Lake of the Woods at Wigwam Resort, Wayne, in Baudette, Minnesota. And this is a pretty cool place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's neat. This is the second day, and the wind's from the south today. I think we can go out there in shorts, but it's about, 5 to 7. Look at the light just coming up. And it's neat, and the snow bears here all idled up, ready to go.
Well, we've had a severe weather change. Yesterday we were out and caught a lot of sauger, walleye, and some big, monstrous perch.
Yeah.
And we got to the morning we're going to go out before we head north and do Ontario, so let's see what happens.
Okay, let's get this puppy going.
All right.
Since I'm having a little slow time and not catching any fish, and I like my duck hunting, we just put a DVD into the player. We got 2 action players. Okay, play movie. Here we go. Blackfoot down. Yeah! What more do you want, Mike? That's what you like right there. I can just taste those good smoked goose breasts in the Bradley smoker. Ooh! This is the ultimate outdoor vehicle, the snow bear. Phone's ringing, the duck hunting's going, shooting some diver ducks. Bob can answer my phone, and the first fish coming up here.
What do you got?
We got a little wallaby. Or as Jim Linder says, a Waldo.
He calls the little ones Waldos.
Waldo's, a little Waldo. Well, this little Waldo's going back to grow up.
Here we go, I got one too.
Oh, double header.
All right, what have we got on here? We have a smaller one.
Smaller Waldo. That's more like a smelt.
Now this one's going to grow up and be a big guy. But see, through the magic of video, that fish is very big.
Look at the lunker.
Okay. This one's going back in.
I'm going to put him in your hole.
Okay. Fire him down there.
There's one.
And we're talking hog. Do not show my fingers. Oh, don't show my face. It'll look small. All right. You know, it's funny because there's many, many ways of catching walleye through the ice. You can use tip-ups or small jigging rods like we're using. These are small HD graphite jigging rods.
Actually, the zoomy ones, Bob.
Yeah, well, they're the new signature series that we're working on, and you can go with an aggressive approach, and I'm just tipping a minnow on a jig like this, or you could go with, say, a standard jig head. And this is a Lindy max gap jig here, and I've got a lot of walleyes on this winter, but a little more aggressive approach, something with a little flash, a little shine I'm using today, just to sort of bring them in, because we're fishing on a big flat here. It's not a real definite structure. We're talking about an area that's just flat off the mouth of the Rainy River, and those fish are just roaming around, so you want to draw them to you and get the strike. So see what happens. Keep a fishing. Nice little wallaby. Mr. Walleye.
There you go. All right. There we go.
Yeah,
All right. Oh. Keep running. That's the first time I've ever seen you run.
This one feels a little more substantial. I'll take a little bit more time with him bringing them up. Sean, oh, double header. Oh, I got him as a transducer. Not good, not good. Put your mouth in the hole, buddy. Put your mouth in the hole. Ooh. We're wrapped up, Eric. There we go. Nice sauger. You swam into your line. I got your hook here.
You got mine?
Yeah, we got crossed.
Look
There's
at
a
that.
nice sauger.
We both got him.
And just for the record,
Look at that.
just for the record, whose hook's in the fish's mouth? It's mine that's in the fish's mouth. There's mine. Let's swallow him. Want me to put him back down the hole? You can fight him? That fish crossed over. We thought we had a double header. Thank you for the assist. What a couple of maroons, eh? What a couple of maroons. There we go. Got that out of there. But that's a nice sauger. That's a good sized sauger.
This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
You know, when it comes to ice fishing, we're so spoiled. There are so many different innovations in ice fishing equipment. Of course, I'm sitting in a Snow Bear, which is the ultimate ice fishing machine. But what about ice fishing rods? Well, an old friend of mine, Rick Somerville from down Belleville, he fishes those Big Bay of Quinte walleyes. For years, he was an advocate of using a piece of a hockey stick. I'm talking about a hockey stick for his jigging rod. Last time I fished with him, well, I found out that he switched. Now he uses, for those great big jigging spoons, a heavy action jigging rod. And, you know, the folks from HT High Tech Fishing have come up with an incredible line of ice fishing rods. In fact, let me show you. This one that I'm holding here is a graphite rod that's just got a nice sort of medium action to it. This rod here's got a heavy rattler spoon on from Lindy, and it's a fairly fast action, fairly stiff action for that heavier spoon. Here's one here that's really light that I've got 2-pound test line for panfish. This rod locker here is full of my panfish rods. So it's got a bunch of rods that are rigged anywhere from, say, 1-pound fire line up to 4-pound test line. So, you know, nowadays there are really no excuses. In fact, the folks at HT make several hundred different ice fishing rods. And, you know, for a little graphite rod like this, they're very inexpensive. And I think you will get the most out of your fishing if you've got the right equipment next time you go out there. Hey, check it out. I think you'll be glad you did. Hey, Wayne, they're waving at us way over there. Let's go see what's happening. I think Tom from Wigwam might have some.
Okay, let's get going.
Up next on Real Fishing.
What is happening? Look at the size of that walleye. On this trip to Lake of the Woods, we stayed at Wigwam Resort in Minnesota. From modern rooms and deluxe cabins to camping in RV and Wigwam is something for everyone. Whether you want to relax by the fire or get a drink at the bar and enjoy a game of pool, you can do it here. They're open all year round and offer many fishing and hunting packages for you to choose from. We had a chance to talk with the owner of the lodge, Tom Briggs, about what he offers.
We got a number of packages we can do here in the winter. Anything from 2-night, 3-night, 4-night packages for ice fishing. We have packages we can do in the summer for launch fishing. People can come up and do their own thing with the boats, fishing in the Rainy River, fishing Lake of the Woods. Just a lot of stuff you can do up here. If anybody wants to get a hold of us, they can sure give us a buzz up here and we'll put something together for them. With the Snow Bears, we can do a trip like that, or just in the Bombardier and the permanent fish houses.
Hey, let's get back to the fishing. There's only a couple of hours left before we have to call it a day.
There we go. A little sauger. All right.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Come on, feel it.
There, oh, you got him.
Pulled rag. Woo!
All right. That means your drag's too loose.
Like I said, come on.
All right. Nice little wallaby.
I think it's gonna go.
Walleye.
Yeah. Flared. They say they want these flared shots. They got him. Look at that. He's very angry. He's got all the fins and that little sharp thing out there. And he's going to end up, he's so angry, he's going to be donated to the fry pan because the hook is in the gill.
You know what? I think that's the one I've been feeding up here that I missed it twice. Wayne's signaling me he'd like some pliers because he doesn't ever have any of his own tools. He keeps it at home where he won't lose them.
Keeping it at home, it prevents corrosion, loss, all sorts of things.
Wear and tear. So he doesn't turn on it too. He leaves all his baits at home, just uses mine. He doesn't want to get his all fishy.
Pressure. No. Oh, last stump. And he's off. And look at that. He twisted it all up. Oh, look at that.
There we go. Right.
Got him, Tom? Oh, that one's got some weight to it.
Hey, Wayne, they're waving at us way over there. Let's go see what's happening. I think Tom from Wigwam might have some.
Okay, let's get going.
You get him okay, or you need a little help?
I get him turned up the hole here.
Oh, that looks like a brute. Get his head in the hole. Oh, look at that! That's what we came for, huh?
Yep.
What has happened? Look at the size of that walleye.
Oh, that owner's privilege.
Well,
Wigwam comes through. Nice fish.
That's a beauty.
That's
Get a photo of that
gotta
one.
get a picture of that.
Well, you know, it's funny because Tom has been guiding for a long time, of course, and he said, well, since you guys only got a half day this morning, let's set up at the mouth of the river, only a couple miles from the lodge. What a monster.
And he said we're going to a big fish spot, too. The guy called it. Look at the scales on that. Look at the eye.
How'd you catch that?
Well, I had the 110 down here. I got the transducer down in there for the ice fishing, and he just come up. I see him about 7 feet off the bottom. I reeled up and pumped it twice, and he just come up and just thumped it.
So a suspended fish, so watching your graph is very important.
Oh, it is. You know, with that 110 on there, that thing just really, I mean, they show up like cordwood on there.
Now that is a trophy fish.
Yep.
What a monster. Tom has certainly paid his dues guiding over the years, and it's only fitting that he catches the biggest fish of the trip. Hey, it's expertise like Tom's that makes the trip worthwhile coming to Wigwam Resort. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here for some more real fishing. Is that a big perch or what? Wow, look at the belly on it.
There's my dream vehicle.
I guess they drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was frozen. Oh, wow. I'm full of it. Coming, Jimmy?
I'm coming with you, Mike.
That is a fish of a lifetime. Whoa. Well, that is just amazing.
Look at that thing.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was too cool. Oh.